On Wednesday, roughly 27 million Americans found themselves under severe thunderstorm and flash flood watches as a powerful line of storms, producing intense downpours, threatened the mid-Atlantic and southeastern U.S. major cities along the I-95 corridor, including Philadelphia, Baltimore, Washington, D.C., and Richmond, Virginia, faced the risk of heavy rain falling at rates of 2 to 3 inches per hour on already saturated ground, drastically raising the threat of flash flooding.
This is almost halfway up the door.
On Wednesday, roughly 27 million Americans found themselves under severe thunderstorm and flash flood watches as a powerful line of storms, producing intense downpours, threatened the mid-Atlantic and southeastern U.S. major cities along the I-95 corridor, including Philadelphia, Baltimore, Washington, D.C., and Richmond, Virginia, faced the risk of heavy rain falling at rates of 2 to 3 inches per hour on already saturated ground, drastically raising the threat of flash flooding. The storm's rapid arrival triggered severe flooding in lower-lying neighborhoods, while strong winds created dangerous conditions across the region. In central Washington, D.C., visibility dropped to nearly zero as intense rain overpowered drainage systems, resulting in extensive street flooding.
It's a car, so of course there's people in there because it's a car.
That is so scary. Zoom out.
I'm pretty sure there is people in there.
Eyewitness accounts described chaotic scenes throughout the city and surrounding suburbs. Trees bent under powerful gusts, branches snapped, and debris was seen swirling in the air. In some neighborhoods, residents reported hearing a loud, roaring sound, similar to a tornado, especially in northeast Washington and the Tacoma area. Despite intense rainfall, brief periods of relative calm created a false sense of security before the storms returned with renewed force, lightning, and heavy rain, typical of supercell patterns. In Montgomery County, local emergency services were placed on maximum alert. Officials activated sirens, pushed out mobile alerts, and broadcast warnings via TV and radio, urging everyone to stay indoors and avoid travel. County authorities coordinated with the Maryland Emergency Management Agency to track the storm, particularly in densely populated spots like Silver Spring and Wheaton. In Prince George's County, emergency crews were fully mobilized ahead of potential damage. Utility repair teams were strategically positioned to address anticipated outages, while police and fire departments increased staffing to handle urgent calls. Residents moved quickly to safeguard their property, relocating vehicles to higher ground, securing outdoor items, and sheltering inside. Local storm drains quickly reached capacity, leading to sudden flooding that complicated both evacuation efforts and emergency responses. In Durham, North Carolina, firefighters answered multiple emergency calls. Crews rescued 3 people and a dog stranded on a small island in Falls Lake, using boats and flashlights to locate and evacuate them safely. Additionally, the department assisted a truck driver stranded in a flooded section of Durham Chapel Hill Boulevard, rescuing him using a ladder extended across the water. In another incident, 15 residents of an apartment complex on Weymouth Street self-evacuated after the first floor was flooded with several inches of water. Fortunately, No injuries were reported in any of these rescues. The Durham Police Department warned drivers to avoid known flood-prone intersections, stressing continued danger as rain persisted. Residents began cleaning up as waters receded, with some calling it the worst flooding since Hurricane Fran in 1996. In Alamance County, the Haw River surged over the Church Road Bridge, scattering large tree limbs and debris, putting the structure under severe strain. In one instance, a falling tree hit a power pole, snapping it and submerging live lines, complicating Duke Energy's restoration work.
Wow. I did not think that last night's flooding was going to be this bad.
Residents at River Mill Apartments dealt with significant flooding, with vehicles partially underwater. Eric Berg, one resident, described how the floodwaters rose unexpectedly, surpassing the 1945 high water mark. He and other residents spent a tense, sleepless night monitoring the river before temporarily relocating while waiting for power to be restored.
That's how fast the water's still flowing from the creek. I sure am glad they got them people out. It may be their car down there, I can't tell. There's a truck going across the railroad tracks. I guess they're checking that out, see if there's any damage there.
In Alamance County, the YMCA in Mebane opened its showers to residents affected by water supply issues. The High Point Fire Department reported rescuing around 24 people from water-related emergencies between Wednesday night and Thursday morning. In McLeansville, Creekview Road near Dix Mill Road remained closed due to a fallen tree tangled in phone lines, significantly affecting local traffic.
It'll reach up 17 foot high. I'll give you an idea where that's at. That's right there. There's a piece of plastic about 6 foot above it.
Meanwhile, on Thursday morning, flash flooding hit several communities south of Boston, causing major traffic disruptions during rush hour. Storm drains failed to keep up with the sudden heavy rain, leading to widespread highway flooding. Interstate 93 in Quincy was temporarily shut down, with at least 3 vehicles stranded for hours before water levels dropped. In Hingham, rainfall reached 6.21 inches, Braintree recorded 5.23 inches, Sharon 4.67 inches, and Walpole 3.87 inches. This sequence of severe weather events highlights the critical need to upgrade urban drainage systems and strengthen community preparedness to better handle extreme rainfall and flash flooding risks in vulnerable regions across the United States. I hope you enjoyed this coverage, and as always, thank you for watching.